Chapter 4, The Choices We Make. What are you talking about? You're being silly. What happened wasn't your fault. It was a freak accident. You couldn't have known. I want you with me. Always. I could tell he was hesitant about it, but he unbuckled his seatbelt and got out of the car anyway. I walked to the front of the car and held my hand out for him.
Unfortunately, you might be the only one that thinks that.
Joey mumbled under his breath as he took my hand. My mother ran up and embraced me. This was the first time in my life that I'd ever stayed out all night. I know she wanted to beat me, but for the moment she just seemed happy that I was home.
Haley Nicole, are you all right? How do you feel?
I'm fine, Mom, I said, releasing the hug, and realized Joey did, in fact, tell my mom what happened. We all walked in together, and I heard my mom go up the stairs. Joey and I had only just sat down on the sofa when my mom came back down and cleared her throat loudly. She looked unsure of what she really wanted to say, and she stared down into her folded arms.
Hey, Joe, can I talk to you for a moment?
She asked with what only I could tell was a fake smile.
Yes, ma'am.
I half expected her to sit on the chair and we'd have a group conversation, but she motioned for him to follow her. Wait, where are y'all going?
Upstairs. I want to talk to Joe.
Oh, this is about me getting my own car, right? She nodded her head up and down, but I could tell she was lying. I waited a few minutes after her door closed and crept up the stairs behind them. I couldn't hear exactly what she was saying because she was whispering, so I put my ear up to the door.
This is absolutely unacceptable. What would you have done if my baby would have died?
There were the briefest of pauses between her questions, and I couldn't hear Joey say anything in rebuttal. I felt bad that he was getting all the anger that she had stored for me.
This is crazy. You were well aware of Haley's allergy. There was only one thing that you had to keep her away from, and you failed. I could have been there with her EpiPen had I known where the hell she was.
I know, and I am so sorry again, Miss Howard.
I heard Joey whisper his words in an emasculated voice. I could also hear my mom pacing through the room, huffing and puffing when she finally did let him speak.
Why didn't you call me as soon as it happened?
With all due respect, ma'am, it happened very fast. I would never let anything bad happen to Haley.
Joey tried reaffirming through objection sounds coming from my mother.
Yet you did. She could have died. What do you not understand?
She hissed, much louder than the whisper she started the conversation with.
I love your daughter, and I want to marry her.
Now, Joe, I think you're a real nice boy, and I know that my daughter is very fond of you. But you guys are way too young to be thinking, let alone talking about marriage. She's only 18 years old, and she just started college.
Ms. Howard, I informed you of my intentions over a year ago.
Yes, Joe, you did. But you guys had only been dating for a couple months at that time.
It is as true now as it was then. I did everything you asked of me. You told me that the only way I would be able to support your daughter was if I went to college or joined the military. I never wanted to serve. I did that to prove to you how much I care for her and what I was willing to do to be with Haley, to love and support her. I plan on making her my wife one day if she will have me.
I couldn't take the verbal berating anymore. I practically kicked my mother's bedroom door open, and with tears in my eyes, I ran straight to Joey. Mom, please tell me that you weren't the one that convinced Joey to join the army. I beamed at her, demanding an immediate answer.
Sweetheart, I only suggested that he look into other avenues of career choices.
Wow! I shouted angrily, wiping my nose and eyes on my sleeve. Suggested, huh? I bet you even offered to drive him to that friggin' recruiting office to sign his life away. Didn't you? I looked at Joey and back at my mom, and both of their faces confirmed my suspicions.
Haley, I was only trying to look out for you, sweetheart. I know what young love looks like. Your father left me when I was 19, with a 1-year-old, a 2-year-old, no money, and never looked back. I worked my tail off to give you and Hannah the best life I could. I don't want you to have to struggle, that's all. I I just wanted you to graduate, go to med school, and be the doctor that you've always wanted to be.
How could you? Also, I never said I wanted to be a doctor. You said that for me. I love Joey and he loves me. I am going to marry him. Mom, I love you and appreciate everything you've ever done for me. But it's time for me to leave the nest. I walked to my room, grabbed my life savings, and packed a few days' worth of clothes. I bagged up the bare essentials, at least in my mind, and walked to the stairs. Joey was sitting at the bottom waiting for me to come down.
Where will you go, Haley? Joe can't support you.
Mom, I know one day I can forgive you for this, but I just really don't see when. I kissed my mother's cheek as I passed her on the stairs and walked out of my childhood home. I was an adult now, and I made my own choices. Joey and I ended up staying the night at Pop's house, and the next morning we went apartment hunting. Pop offered for me to stay with him until Joey got done with boot camp, but I would have felt uncomfortable there without Joey. We found so many great places that I loved, but most of them were beyond our budget. Since I didn't have a car, Joey made the wise decision to get an apartment within what he deemed walking distance of my school. It was small but functional. A one-bedroom, one-bathroom place that we could call ours. The neighborhood wasn't bad either. And 90% of the people who lived here also went to my school. The campus was literally right behind the complex. Barely a 10-minute walk if I cut through the pool area. Joey used his entire signing bonus to get us set up. We had the bed and television from Joey's room at Pop's, but we didn't have a sofa or cable. I didn't mind, since I had tons of homework to keep me busy. We literally had one night together in our new apartment before he had to report back. It was one hell of a night, though. We sat for hours on the floor of our furniture-less living room. We listened to music on Joey's cell phone and played old, used board games we'd gotten from the fire station. Most of the games lacked all the original pieces, but we didn't care. "Do you want to be the car or the cup?" I asked, holding out the pieces in the palm of my hand.
I'll be the thimble.
Joey said, laughing a little to himself. "What's a thimble?" I asked him with cocked brows.
It's the cup. Baby girl, you make me laugh.
He said and leaned in to kiss me. I'd never played this game before, and Joey was apparently really good at it. As soon as he bought up all the railroads, everything went downhill for me. I never once landed on the free parking corner, and every time I had to draw a card, I had to pay some stupid fee. I landed on one of his freaking railroads damn near every roll. I rolled double sixes thinking I was getting lucky. Then I landed on one of his properties that had a big red house on it. And judging by the smirk on his perfect face, I knew I was screwed.
Okay, baby girl. That'll be $1,500.
Joey said, grinning from ear to ear. What? I don't even have that much money.
Well, for you, my love, I'll do half.
I don't have half either, I said, increasingly annoyed.
Sounds to me like you're going to have to start mortgaging off some of your properties.
Would you be willing to accept sexual favors instead? I asked, taking off my shirt and unbuttoning my shorts.
Nope,
He said, turning his head to look at the wall. I convinced myself that Joey cheated somehow, because he ended up bankrupting me and then made me do the actual math, on paper, to figure out how much I owed him. After giving him all my money and all my cards, I still owed him $552. He ended up letting me work it off in the bedroom. Joey and I made love all night. Round after round, I pleased him, and he pleased me. We even had a friendly competition to see who could last longer. Spoiler alert. I lost. We unanimously agreed to stop humping like rabbits and sprawled across the bed. I didn't even mind the damp sheets because I was so exhausted. Just as I was drifting into sleep, I heard Joey say my name.
Haley,
Yeah, I responded drowsily.
will you be my wife one day?
Absolutely, I said as I rolled my face into the crook of his arm.